Except where them hands, where them holes, where them throws, you know what I'm saying? Cecil.
I'm going to take the time to respond, excuse me, to someone in my comment section. Basically because I think this is something that's actually worth saying because I don't know where he got this idea. I'm going to call this "Who Told You That?" And maybe this could be a series of videos where I start off asking, "Who told you that?" Because there's a lot of stuff that people are told in the martial arts. Like, who told you that? That doesn't make any sense. And this is what I'm talking about. Okay. So I'm not going to say his name because I don't. Not that I want him to get any shine. If you just go to my video called my video is called "The Secret of Cecil Ryu Taekwondo," then you can find the comment because I'm not going to delete it because it wasn't anything profane in there, and all he's doing is arguing his point, so I'm not deleting it. Even though I don't agree with it, I'm not deleting that. So this is what he said. Mr. Cecil, you are a senior to me in the martial arts community. I would expect more respect from a person of your stature to the arts. Kenpo has a bad name already in the martial arts community. Who told you that? That's me saying it. But anyway, Kenpo has a bad name in already the martial arts community for people to keep bashing our system as if every black belt in their system is qualified to destroy our style in its entirety. Kenpo and Kenpo is real and practical, as is any other school of true self-defense. Knowledge is knowledge, and as long as physics and anatomy still apply in life, our art will survive. Thanks, but no thanks, with the half apology of disrespecting a deceased but prolific inspiration to our Kenpo world. Find a better way to get viewers than to sideways down our system. I wouldn't want to follow someone like that, and I'm only Brown 3, but I'll put my belt on the line for our respect. Okay, so this is definitely going to go on the "I'm not the martial arts instructor for you" series. But first of all, and I don't think it's just people in my particular system, but a lot of people that I have trained with over the years actually think very highly of Kenpo. I've never heard anyone even disrespect Ed Parker. I had to be scouring the internet and just looking because I'm like, anything with martial arts I'll read. And that's how I found that one article that dares to ask a question about Ed Parker. Now, first of all, who told you that examining a historical figure is disrespect? It's not disrespect to ask a question about someone who is important in history. Ed Parker is very important in martial arts history. Asking a question about whether somebody who is making a critique about him is valid or not, that's not disrespect. If you feel disrespected because someone asks if a comment or ask if your teacher did something because someone else said that they did, if you find that to be disrespectful, that is with you. I'm sorry, because that's not disrespect. We are talking about a public figure. We're not even talking about this is personally your instructor who teaches down at the mall, down at the rec center, out of his basement, and somebody asks you something because they heard something. That's not disrespecting that. And that's really not even disrespecting that person either. But we're not talking about somebody who is not in the public eye, who is not in the public domain. The story of Ed Parker is in the public eye, it's in the public domain. It is a matter of history. So things that are a matter of history should be able to be examined. I mean, I put a YouTube channel up and people write negative stuff about me all the time on my channel. And there's nothing I can really do about it because anything I put on YouTube is up to be questioned. Now, if you breaking in my house and stuff like that, that's different. Talking about you want to come see me and all this other stuff, that's different. But anything that's said in the video or shown or demonstrated on the video is open for critique. And, that's just the way it is. But the thing I really want to drive home again is the idea that Kenpo has a bad reputation in the martial arts. If you believe that Kenpo has a bad reputation, I'm just going to say I strongly disagree with you. I have always heard nothing but good things about Kenpo. If you want to know what people say about Kenpo behind Kenpo's back, as if Kenpo was a person, here's what I've heard behind Kenpo's back. I've heard those guys have really fast hands. I've heard, man, Kenpo is really good. Those guys are really, really effective. And I've also heard, did you take Kenpo? Because you got really fast hands. My response to that was, well, I actually used to train with the martial artist who did Kenpo when we were both doing Okinawa and karate at the same time. And I think, because I had to keep up with him, because he was my partner, I had to keep up with him, so my hands got faster because I was working with him. So that's actually what people say about Kenpo behind Kenpo's back. I've never heard anybody attack the style. There was one article where someone said he didn't like how Ed Parker created Kenpo. And I should be able to reference an article that someone else wrote and ask if it's true. That's part of how the truth gets settled in the martial arts. So I didn't offer a halfway apology. I'm sorry, I can't apologize for asking a question about an article that someone wrote, especially when I don't know you personally. If I knew you personally and I did something that caused you pain, because I know you personally, I don't mean we're close friends, I mean, I know you, period. I can see that. But it's still not an attack. I'm asking a question. If you can't have what you're doing examined or questioned, then maybe you need to be doing something differently. See, in my day job, I'm a software tester. How I test stuff is questioned all the time. Somebody always asks. If I don't let people question that, I'm not going to get better. Whatever I do in the martial arts, offline, it gets questioned. People ask questions about it. They want to know why this, why that. If I am not open to questions, I can't grow. So I suggest to you, sir, anybody else who feels like because someone is asking a question about your style, if you don't let people question your style, it is never going to grow. Asking questions about Taekwondo is how I came up with Cecil Taekwondo. And you know what I found out about Taekwondo? I ultimately found out that there was actually really nothing wrong with what General Choi created. The only problem is that it's a little too effective, and I'm a civilian, so I have to, in a way, learn how to have a bunch of other techniques so that I'm not vital point striking all the time. He truly made a military art, but I'm not in the military, so even though I may be protecting myself, I can't necessarily do a military response. But I may have to handle violence. So that's why I came up with Cecil Taekwondo. Because I tell people this every once in a while, I have to say this. I'm nice, I'm very nice and laid back and everything in my classes, and I'm sure some people probably think, oh, he's a marshmallow, or he's a pushover. But if I was actually training you for a combat, it would be a different story. But I'm not authorized to train you for combat. I'm authorized to train you for self-defense in the civilian world and for life improvements. So keep that in mind. And thanks for watching this video. Like, comment, and subscribe. Please share this with people like to talk about the martial arts. So, again, Kenpo doesn't have a bad reputation. Are you serious? Kenpo doesn't have as bad reputation as I know a lot of Taekwondo does in a lot of more hardcore martial arts circles. And you know what? I love it. I love that people try to criticize Taekwondo. That just makes them underestimate me. Peace.